Inevitably, as an affiliate, you'll end up having to create a website. In this lesson, we'll look at what software is available to help you decide which website building software to use. Artisteer is purpose-built theme design software that can export themes for WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, as well as HTML templates for programs like Dreamweaver, and web development templates for ASP.NET and CodeCharge. Don't worry if you don't know what these are. This software is really designed for the complete beginner in mind, utilising the same ribbon interface as Office 2007, meaning everything you need is right there in front of you. For someone with little coding or design experience, then it's an easy way to get going and quite flexible. And if you're an advanced user, you won't likely be wanting to use this anyway. Adobe Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is the most comprehensive and powerful web authoring software on the market, and it has been for some time now. It's a what you see is what you get editor, with the capacity for hand tooling your HTML in a separate editor window. Learning Dreamweaver can take some time though, as it is a very complex piece of software. It's well worth taking the time to go through the tutorials in the help section or finding some tutorials online. Dreamweaver can also be very pricey, but depending on where you purchase it from. And be aware that you can frequently purchase older versions of Dreamweaver for drastically reduced prices from places like eBay, which will work just fine. You can also download a free 30-day trial from adobe.com, and this should be enough to give you a taste of the software. Composer. If you're very new to web design, you might not need the full functionality of Dreamweaver right away. Derived from Linspire's NVU, Composer is a free open-source web editor that is somewhat like a trimmed-down version of Dreamweaver, and it's useful for having a dabble until you're ready to make the investment in Dreamweaver. Unfortunately, Composer has inherited NVU's issues when it comes to layout. It only seems able to create table-based layouts and seems to offer very limited support for divs. But since most newbie web designers invariably start on creating table-based layouts, worrying about this is putting the cart before the horse. And if terms like table and div fly right over your head, that's probably a good sign that you're a newbie. Microsoft Expression Web. The spiritual successor to Microsoft FrontPage, Microsoft Expression Web, which is part of the Microsoft Expression Studio Suite, is a slick new way for designing modern web pages. Unfortunately, the tool has been revamped to aim more at professionals, but it does include features such as a basic SEO analysis tool, and it's also cheaper than a new version of Dreamweaver. And Microsoft has a 60-day trial available, so you can decide whether you want to try and use this software. Excite Pro. Excite Pro is a web authoring program designed specifically for internet marketers. It is designed to greatly streamline the website production process by sticking to the functions and layouts that internet marketers need and use most often. Excite Pro provides utilities and functionality for setting up AdSense, doing your SEO, managing links, uploading your website, creating redirects, updating navigational pages, and even creating pop-ups. Basically, all the dirty work. It's not as flexible as Dreamweaver, but it's not designed for web designers who want to be able to do everything. It's designed for internet marketers who have a fairly predictable set of needs and wants. Affiliates with a bit of web design experience might find Excite Pro too restrictive, and the websites it produces too similar. Conversely, others absolutely swear by it. It's far cheaper than Dreamweaver, but still pricey. However, if you're serious about getting your sites out there as quickly as possible, and you're not all that interested in learning the nitty-gritty aspects of web design, then Excite Pro might be a very worthwhile investment. There's a lot of information and screenshots of Excite Pro on their website. What about hand coding? Surprisingly, you don't need any specialist software to create web pages. In fact, our developers here at Affilorama, along with many professional web developers, do their development in plain old text editors, writing the sites directly in HTML and CSS. If you've got the time and inclination, HTML is actually a relatively easy thing to learn, and there are thousands of tutorials available. If, however, you just want to dive in and get a website up on the internet as soon as possible, you might be better using a what you see is what you get editor, and then learning a bit of HTML as you go along. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to get very far as an affiliate without knowing the very basics of HTML. Things like how to write a hyperlink and insert your affiliate code into it, how to add nofollow tags to links, and how to insert images into your website will require this knowledge. But don't worry, these are all pretty simple things to learn, and if you can do it, you'll save yourself a whole heap of trouble later on. A basic search for HTML tutorial will turn up a mountain of websites. You'll have no difficulty whatsoever finding free lessons. And one site I highly recommend for being educational, correct, and entertaining to boot is yourhtmlsource.com. That's one word. Otherwise, you can go with www.w3.org/HTML and www.blueberry.com/index. Now that's blueberry spelled B-L-O-O, not blueberry like the fruit. For both of those have comprehensive HTML reference. And for today's lesson summary. In this lesson, we've looked at several programs you can use to develop your affiliate sites. They were Artisteer, Adobe Dreamweaver, Microsoft Expression Web, Xsite Pro, or you can simply code by hand. And that's all we've got time for today. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you again next time.